Hello friends, welcome to our next video. So today we will learn about some new commands which help us to answer below questions. First, we will see how we can create a new directory or a folder in Linux. Secondly, we will check how we can remove any directory in Linux. And thirdly, how we can remove files in the directory. So without wasting time, let's move to our Linux screens and do the practice of these. So friends, we are now on our Linux screens. Let me make it bigger so you can easily visible the screen. Okay, I hope this is good. Okay, so first we will check how we can create directories. So firstly, let me find if something is present on this, and we have learned this command in previous videos, so you are familiar with this, right? So as of now, there is nothing. As we see, the total count is 0. So we will create a directory. So to create directory, we will use mkdir. The full form is make directory and give it a name of a directory. Let's say give the name Linux. So to check if the Linux command if the Linux directory is created or not, we can do ls minus lrd or l. Okay, you can see the Linux directory is created as it start with D. Okay, so but in the upper command we are not sure without seeing if the directory is created or not. So let's create another directory with a helper. Okay, so make the with an app attribute of verbose, that is v, and let's say Linux 2. Let's see. So let's see what will be the output of this. So as you can see, it's created and it's giving us the message also that Linux 2 is created. So we can verify, okay, this, you can see this, okay. So with a minor attribute, while adding the attribute, we are seeing the message that the directory is created. So the v that the verbose attribute print the message, okay, what the command is done. So now let's say I have to create a directory inside the directory. Okay, let's suppose I have to create a directory inside Linux 2. Okay, so how we can create there are two methods, right? You would say like we can go to the Linux 2 and run the command mkdir, let's suppose test, and the directory is created, correct? Okay, so here is a twist. Now I want to create a directory without going inside the Linux 2. So that's a tricky, right? So let's see how we can create this thing. So first let me go back to the Linux command and clear my screen. It's just fill up. So and now you can see that we have the two directories, and I need to create a new directory inside Linux 2. So to create this, we are not using the upper method. Okay, So to create a directory inside the Linux 2 without going to the Linux 2, right? We will use the command mkdir minus p and the full path that we are required to create. Let's suppose I need to create the test one. Okay, and I am using verbose mode as well, print the message if the directory is created or not. So you can see the directory is created. So we can test, we can test like this, directory is created, right? So this is how we can create the directory. Now let's suppose I have to recursively create the directory. Like let's suppose I have to create a directory Linux underscore 3, and inside that I need to create a directory test, right? So for these things we can use again the same command. Okay, so let's do this. Like let's create here only mkdir minus p and b for printing our verbose mode. Okay, so let's suppose I need to create Linux 3 is the parent directory, and inside this I will be creating test the again directory, right? So you can see we got three messages, but why three? In the previous sorry, we got only two messages, right? But why two? On the previous we got only one message, right? So let's understand. So it's like that mkdir minus p is for parent, okay, and v, as you know, it is only for printing the message. Okay, you can say it like that. So here mkdir with the p attribute is creating a parent directory, that is Linux 3. So it's print the first message that Linux 3 has been created. Okay, inside that we are creating the test directory. So it will print the message again that line test directory has been created inside Linux 3. Okay, so that's why without creating Linux 3, we can create Linux or test directory inside Linux 3. I hope this is clear for you all for making the directories and printing the messages. Let's suppose I have these kind of directories. Now I want to remove the directories, right? So we can use rmdir command. Okay, rmdir command with minus p v for printing the message as the same we see in the mkdir command. Let's suppose I need to remove the test. So you can see we are getting the message test has been removed. You can see now there is no test folder, only the test1 and test2 is the folder, right? Now as we know that Linux 3 is having another directory inside this, right? So now we need to remove this test directory, but without going to the Linux 3. So we are creating minus p and v for printing. Then we will provide Linux 3 and test, correct? So while removing, you have seen that it's just remove firstly the test folder, okay, inside the Linux 3, and then recursively remove Linux 3 folder as well, because we are using the p. Okay, the p attribute is stand for parent. So we are giving the command like remove the parent directory along with its subdirectory. Correct? So it's now, if you can see, there is nothing. Okay, only the test1 folder is there. I hope this is clear to you. So now for we have seen that how we are creating the directories and removing the directories. Let's move and see how we can remove the files. Right. So let's suppose I have this the test1 folder. So let's first create some files inside this. Okay. So let me create touch test.txt, touch test1.txt, test2.txt. Okay, so now we have three files. So let me show you how we can remove the files. So for removing the files, we are having a command rm. Rm stands for remove. So let me show you the thing. So it's asking for which file. So you see, like with I attribute, it's asking me, okay, I need to provide the input, yes or no. So let me provide yes. Now we can see the test has been removed. Now just go back to our folder. Okay, now we are inside. Now we are inside our Linux 2 and I have a folder text test 1. Okay, now I have to remove recursively all files available for test 1. So how I could do this? So I will use R for recursively, F for force, because we are applying using the force that we will definitely delete all these files. And for the printing I am using the verbose mode, and we will provide test1. Let's see the magic of this command. So you will see that test1 test has been removed. Okay, test1 test2 is removed, and lastly it removed the directory as well, because we are given that directory. Okay, I hope these three commands are clear to you. So that's all for this video. Please do the practicals and do the hands-on on these commands, and ask me on comments if you face any issue on these. Till then, thanks.